I don't even know what's going on in society anymore, but I guess there's going to have to be at some point where it's like, which one is more of a risk? Trying to get a corporate office job or just chasing your dreams, right? And it's insane, dude. Like, for me, like, this whole realization, especially me after working 2.9 years in the corporate world, realizing, like, working at, like, a top 100 company, and I'm sitting there, like, I got put in a really weird situation. I got laid off where, yeah, long story short, basically my company tried to push me out of the company without giving me any reasoning. So I had to do this whole situation, which is a long story that I don't want to talk about. But either way, it's at the point where it's like, which one is more likely to gonna make me money? Either starting a YouTube channel or trying to get an office job again. And it's insane, dude. It's kind of really disheartening and sad. But the more that I realize it, I'm like, shit, our society is really propped up by nothing. Like, our society is fake. Like, the idea of me and the idea of you, like the listener of this video, are fake. We're animals. The only reason I know what I'm saying is because I've been conditioned for the last, I guess, school-wise, 22 years of my life. Being conditioned to do bullshit. That doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme, right? And I think a lot of people are so caught up in this idea of, like, the American dream. The American dream does not exist. Dude, like, there's no American dream. Like, even if you can realistically get a house, a wife, a dog, and a kid, will you be happy when you achieve that? Because that's the dream that they're selling. And if you have that and you're not happy, then you were sold a dream, right? The American dream is something you have to believe when you're sleeping. Or whatever the guy said, alright? I don't remember. But realistically, a lot of people are sitting there living their life as an idea. You think you're this person, but that person is not real. Like, who I thought I was the last, I guess, it really started in middle school, so I guess about the last, like, 15 years. Me 15 years ago and the person I am today are two completely different people. Like, it's actually kind of scary now that I think about it, because it's like, dude, I was living in my head for the last 15 years. Shit, like, I was stressing about shit that did not matter, but it did matter, right? Like, I'm not saying working and all this shit wasn't important, but I wasn't present. I was in a constant state of trying to hold this image, right? So I can fit a mold. And then all of a sudden, you get kicked in the face and reality really hits you for what it really is. And you're like, oh shit, like, fuck. That wasn't what I expected life to be like at all. And then you start being more grateful for what you have, right? There's no more, oh shit, I wish I have a bigger house. Like, yeah, you can get a bigger house, but it's not necessary. Or I wish I had a Lamborghini. Yeah, you could get a Lamborghini, but it's not necessary. Like, these things don't define you. And once you start realizing that, life gets easier. And it's really just your character. There's no amount of materialistic, no education, no amount of money, no amount of fame, no amount of status, no amount of anything is going to make you a better person, because society is a performance. I don't think people can grasp that, because it's hard to detach from that. Performance and animal. Society is a performance. Being a human being is an animal. And once you can separate the two, your life is easier. But when you're merged in the performance of life, you're like, oh shit, who am I without the performance? But you can't, like I said, I can explain it word for word, bar for bar, exactly like what I experienced, and you won't understand it until you lived it. It's called embodiment, right? You don't get this from just some random shit. It's when you really get to have a pause. And I had this first pause during COVID, and I was like, yo, shit, society really doesn't mean anything. And then once I lost my job and I'm on unemployment, I'm like, shit, life goes on. But either way, that's the video I got for today. I hope you guys got something out of it. And next time, brother. Peace.
Just 'cause you got eyes doesn't mean you always see.